Hello everyone and welcome back to JT on the Go. This is part 2 of my 3-part series about the Amtrak California Zephyr. If you haven't watched part 1, I recommend you to check that out first. We are rolling through Colorado to our first fresh air stop of the day, Denver. We slept through all of Nebraska and also the Great Plains, which stretches from North Dakota to Texas. I went into the observation car and chilled there until the dining car began serving breakfast. After Denver, the more scenic parts of the journey are going to kick off. Time for breakfast. For breakfast, I got French toast. It was tasty. We are now arriving in Denver, Colorado. Denver's Union Station is a dead-end station, which means trains terminate at this station. So our train had to enter in reverse.
We had just got certified in our first dive, 125th morning. Resort very first dive.
Here's the conductor at the end of the train helping reverse the train safely into the station.
So where are you headed to?
There is Denver's Union Station up ahead.
Amtrak fine, still good down the middle. Heading on track 4, so back 20, 20, over.
Line to the 4, 20 more.
We are now pulling into Denver, the state capital of Colorado. There is also a schedule of when the train leaves each stop. For Denver's Union Station, both the Amtrak California Zephyr comes here once a day. In the winter months, Amtrak's Winter Park Express terminates here, taking skiers to the Winter Park Ski Resort in the town of Fraser, which will be our next stop. There are also Denver RTD commuter trains that terminate here on a constant basis. Here's what the main building for Union Station looks like. And here's what the interiors look like. I really like this roof. We decided to wander a bit outside the station. While in Denver, we walked to a nearby Whole Foods and Starbucks. There are multiple RTD lines that terminate here. One of them can take you to Denver International Airport. RTD commuter trains run on electric. Denver is one of the rare places to see superliners under overhead lines. On this side, there is an RTD commuter train coming in. Our train is over here. Workers are cleaning the windows of the train, so the passengers can see all the scenery fly by. I also recommend to get your seat in the observation car early, because after we leave Denver, all of the seats in the observation car are going to be taken. We are now leaving Denver. We will be heading through one of the challenges the workers that built the Union Pacific part of the Transcontinental Railroad faced, the Rocky Mountains. The tracks from Denver to Emeryville are owned by the Union Pacific Railroad. There is the Rocky Mountains.
Oh my goodness.
One of the solutions that was put in place to make it easy for trains to climb the foot of the Rockies is the Big Ten Curve, which is a series of a few turns that will make it easy for us to climb the Rockies. These hoppers with the trees are put in place to prevent the wind from blowing the trains off the tracks. If you look closely, there is the train we passed and where we just came from.
Lake over there?
There is downtown Denver in the distance. There is not a lot of snow on the Rockies because I took this trip in the summer. In March, there would be tons of snow out here. Before the westward expansion, all of this land we're crossing through was just plain old wilderness. Between Denver and Winter Park alone, we will be passing through 31 tunnels. They were marked so you don't lose track. On this part of the trip, I met a friend named Hampton. He was celebrating his birthday on this trip. Since the scenery was so cool, the observation car by now was packed. Some parts of the Transcontinental Railroad were abandoned and resulted in the tracks we're traveling on to save time. The Transcontinental Railroad is not these exact tracks, but is similar to the real deal.
So this goes from here to the left, to my left. Oh my gosh, there's snow on the mountain.
Some tunnels are quick like this one, while others tend to be very long. I also met another friend on this trip named David. He celebrated his birthday the next day. Hampton, David, and I all hung out and chatted in the observation car for almost the whole day. The observation car is the best place on the train for that. Both got off at Salt Lake City, Utah. The California Zephyr is the second longest Amtrak train route in the country, right behind the Amtrak Texas Eagle from Chicago to Los Angeles. That trip takes 4 days. The Zephyr also goes to the highest point on the Amtrak network. That is the Moffat Tunnel. It was put in place to reduce time. It takes 10 minutes to travel through the tunnel. We will be in Winter Park right when we get out of the tunnel. The crew will also want you to stay in the car you are in and do not cross between cars, because the fumes from the locomotives are very toxic, and we don't want that in the train. When we got closer to the Moffat Tunnel, the train just went quiet, and I thought it was to prevent the fumes from entering, but I later found out it was something else.
So guys, the air conditioning broke. We've stopped right before the Moffat Tunnel. Hopefully they get it fixed in time. It's very hot in here.
We are now stuck in the middle of nowhere without air conditioning.
So guys, they got the air conditioning running. Hopefully we will get running soon.
This entire duration of the tunnel.
We are back on the move.
Dark, and then we'll be in here for
11:30. Because we have to be back here by 12:30.
As you can see, it is very dark here. The stairs and hallways are lit so you know where you are going. There's the Winter Park Ski Resort. It is not open in the summer. It is open in the winter. March is the best time to go. The Winter Park Express pulls up to this platform right next to the resort. So you can just get off, get your skis, and hop on the chairlift to the top. I remember wrapping up a ski day here and I saw the California Zephyr train come through here. We are now pulling into Fraser, which is near Winter Park. For this stop, we are going to use the DJI Mini 3 Pro to fly over the train to see the train consist. These are the two coach class cars, which are located at the very back of the train. And ahead of the coach class cars is the observation car. Then ahead of the observation car is the dining car. Then there are the two sleepers. Ahead of the sleepers is the crew quarters. Then there's the baggage car, and then the two P-42DC locomotives. I'm doing a quick panoramic view so you can see what the sights look like. We are now leaving Fraser. The scenery did change a bit. There will be a variety of different sights in the next few hours. The Rocky Mountaineer luxury train that runs from Denver to Moab, Utah, uses the tracks we're traveling on as well.
Does he have a dog?
We take our dog.
We descended down into Fraser, which was 8,500
Did you get
feet
it?
approximate.
The
We're
front
going to
of
go
it?
down just about 5,000 feet. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is our first westward flowing body of water. That would be the Fraser River flowing through, you guessed it, the Fraser Canyon, our next station stop.
Conductor, can you pick up on the IC, please? Conductor, can you pick up on the IC, please?
I think I got it. I think I got it.
I did find a dead animal.
Yes! I got it. First time ever.
You got the engine around the bend?
Yeah, I caught the engine.
I did not know they had a golf course in the middle of nowhere.
Come on. We want to see animals, not trains. What significance of train?
We made a short stop in Granby, Colorado. For some passengers, being on the train is the destination. For others, it is a way to travel to a town that is not accessible by plane.
Conductor Cody back here with you. That 11 o'clock hour is upon us. That means that first observation, rotation, reservation. Those holding those 11 o'clock observation, rotation, reservation.
At this point, because the observation car was full and nobody would leave, the conductors decided after a 2-hour limit that they ended up doing rotations, where the first group of people get up and leave while the next group of people sit down. To get one of these groups, you need to have a reservation. They only do this on the California Zephyr when it is traveling through the state of Colorado. Now this looks like the Wild West, just plain old wilderness. At this point, we might pass through some people that are rafting or fishing in the river nearby. Some do wave, but others do a very weird tradition when they see the train. What they do is they moon the train, meaning they show their butts to all of the train passengers. There was a lot of mining activity that occurred in the West during the Second Industrial Revolution. For some of the towns that we stopped in, many used to be boom towns. Boom towns were places that got to their heights when people were coming in to mine natural resources like gold, silver, copper, and other useful minerals. The Transcontinental Railroad played a role in getting those resources back east. To lock the door, this is what you gotta do. There is also a curtain on the door for privacy. There are also curtains on the window so you can block the sunlight. It's always the Amtrak trains that take you to the most scenic parts in the US. Somebody just mooned the train. I don't know why they do that. There are several boats that are on these rivers that the train follows. We got lunch in the dining car. I got myself the cheeseburger. It was tasty.
Open seating in that observation car. We'll fill it up, folks. We'll use every single seat in that observation car.
Oh yeah, I see the red light. That means
My dad got me a reservation for the observation car so I could go back in there.
anything.
We are coming into an area of red rocks, but we are not in Utah yet.
Ah, yes.
The scenery is always
This
changing.
is the start of Glenwood Canyon, I think. Vernon has slow motion.
It feels like when I'm made right over into the river. You know that? That's. There's some. You guys feel AC?
I feel not working like that.
We are passing several farmlands.
Yeah.
Because one thing there's. Okay.
Looks like we're speeding up quite a bit.
Yep, I got.
Freight trains have priority over Amtrak trains in most places. By now, we are behind schedule, and the only way to get back on schedule is for Union Pacific to be nice and give us the priority.
That's some house cool. Oh my gosh, it's like super tight.
We did spot some caves in these cliffed canyons. Some of the trees did get destroyed in a wildfire. David spotted this dark cloud. It might start raining, but we are on a train, so we won't get
I'm
soaked.
like up there and like this. Oh no, I'm gonna die if I let go.
Okay.
So you wanna be a YouTuber?
And it started raining.
You want to know something?
Now it's hail.
The guy needs to put his.
Holy crap, it's raining very hard out there.
Look there, that's flooded already. Well, the dam is obviously open. Oh, look at that rapids down there. Oh, holy, look at these rapids.
That's interstate
The rapids
right
in that river did get a little
Look at,
rough.
look at it coming off the interstate.
About 3 years ago on the dot, they had the Grizzly Creek fires.
On the other side of the river is an interstate highway.
Luckily not for
That's bad rapid right there. That's bad. But you can hit those rocks, you can flip and go under and be gone. Right?
You know what my mom told me that she learned? You gotta have.
There are rafts on the other side of the river. We stopped in this cute little town called Glenwood Springs. If you ride the Rocky Mountaineer, this is where the train would stop and you would be taken to a hotel in the town. The next day, you would get back on the train and continue the journey. Glenwood Springs was also a fresh air stop, but I decided not to go out because it was raining.
Colorado.
Ooh, get that trucker. 35, as well as Elsie Ardano. Last known to be in the area of Alameda and Havana.
We had to stop to let the eastbound California Zephyr train pass us on its way to Chicago, Illinois.
We have our
Geez, they're longer than us.
We are continuing our journey.
Too bad. I'll look. There it is over there, you're right.
What is it?
It's like a huge carved in hollow thing
What
of the
the?
mountain. And that mountain's kind of carved in.
I'm right behind you.
Okay. And a girl and a boy with a big truck, because the girl asked the boy out.
You don't know my password.
Yes, I do. 2198. Yeah. And you said that with a grin, that's how I know it's right.
7:30.
Right behind you.
Part of this field was burned.
Whoops, sorry. Go back, trust me, go back. Go out. Games we play, and then time.
No, I said that the train tunnel is
We gotta
shorter.
hold our breath. Better drop off that much.
You do not need a double.
Because I need a double tracking trailer.
No, you don't.
That way I win. And I get to watch you two sucking your fingers.
Please excuse the background noise.
Probably your tracks, right?
We are now pulling into our last fresh air stop of the day, Grand Junction, Colorado. If you ever had a checked bag, it would go into the baggage car, which is right here. It is always at the front on Western long distance routes. And in front of the baggage car are the two P-42 DC locomotives. P-42-171 is the second in line, while P-42 number 147 is the lead unit. These locomotives were built by General Electric in 1993. During the making of this video, they are being replaced with the new ALC/42 Charger locomotive built by Siemens Mobility. The crew is actually being changed right now.
All aboard!
Once the conductor says all aboard, you will have to get back on the train or else you will get left behind. And just like that, we left Grand Junction, our last stop in the state of Colorado. We will be crossing the state border between Colorado and Utah, and our next stop will be Green River, Utah, the first stop in the state of Utah. We are having dinner in the dining car. I decided to try out the salmon. I tried the salmon, but I wasn't really impressed by its taste. I think the steak is the best option on the dinner menu on Amtrak trains.
I'll hit the 70, remember.
Before we stop at Green River, we are going to pass something that is very familiar, and we're on it right now. We are traveling on the Green River subdivision, which is part of the King Creek route on Train Sim World 2. I remember playing this game on my PS5, and I did play the King Creek route. The route on the top that goes horizontally is the Union Pacific Green River subdivision, which is what we're traveling on. The other track that went up and down is the King Creek subdivision. We will be hitting the switcher for that eventually. This is a picture I took of this route. The tracks I was driving on are the tracks we are traveling on. I mean, it looks very familiar. It's very cool to see this route that you have played on a video game before.
Where's the switch? Where's the switch?
That's the switch to the King Creek subdivision.
Is that it? Uh-huh. That's the switch?
The track that is closest to the track in the middle of the screen is the track we are traveling on.
Anywhere?
After that, we are continuing to Emeryville.
That's odd. Orange clay mixed in with whatever that's.
Utah is where the Union Pacific and Central Pacific Railroads met and drilled in the last spike, which was a gold one because it was a special occasion, and it resulted in this picture. This was a very important moment in our nation's history.
Might not have seen it. Get it.
Trees are very hard to find out here.
And a frisbee golf course. Some rich person's golf course out in the middle of no man's land out here. We're out here.
We are now pulling into the town of Green River. This town is where the Green River subdivision got its name from.
My dad knew there was something wrong with the engines.
Yes, after we stopped before reaching the Moffat Tunnel, my dad began to anticipate something was wrong with the engines, and he's right. We left Green River. The next fresh air stop will be Salt Lake City, Utah, but we will be sleeping when we arrive. Utah's state capital, Salt Lake City, is the hub for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that was founded in 1847. This desert is all we will see for the rest of the day. For our bedroom, it is in the daytime configuration throughout the day. But before you go to sleep, your cabin attendant will make the bed for you. Our car attendant, Mr. Smith, is going to show you how they do it.
So, Mr. Smith, you're gonna show the fans watching
You got that right.
how to make the beds.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
In progress. Alright, check the boy out.
So these two seats fold down into the lower bunk. The top bunk is where all the pillows, sheets, and cushions are stored during the daytime.
Like you put it away. This is comfy for you. It's not scaring away. Get like that. There it is, America. Mr. Leo's bed. Shading up here.
The ladder for the top is also stored away on the top bunk. That's a harness to keep the person at the top from falling off.
Thanks, Mr. Smith.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a great night.
By tomorrow, we will be cruising through the Sierra Nevada mountain range, which will be in the next episode.